Sometimes I look down on people in my life who watch soap operas, and then I remember, hey, you love the NBA, which is basically the world's biggest reality TV show and soap opera, all fused into one. And the Dallas Mavericks, even though they might be feeling very discouraged about a gentleman's sweep to the Boston Celtics, have reason to hope, and that hope is in Sir LeBron James. In this video, we're going to break down rumors that have LeBron James reuniting with former running mate Kyrie Irving, teaming up with Luka Dončić to join forces with his son in Dallas. We're going to break down the rumors, that, and so much more in this video. If you're new to this channel, what's up? I'm Ben, and this is the Daily Huddle, your one-stop shop for the biggest news in all of sports. Along with Nate and Aaron, we keep you all the way up to speed, and let's dive right in. So, you could easily look at the Dallas Mavericks losing last night to the Boston Celtics. Yes, they had an amazing showing in Game 4, but truly that series was not a series. It was a gentleman's sweep, and there was no doubt like the Celtics had it. I'd hoped myself into a Game 6 or Game 7 even, but truly the Boston Celtics had it the entire series, and that's without Jason Tatum performing at MVP type level like, he hypes himself up to be. And the Dallas Mavericks truly are probably looking at themselves and saying, hey, how did we even get out of the West? Minnesota is just going to get better next year. The Denver Nuggets are just going to get better, my hometown Denver Nuggets. And so you could easily look at them with some free agents on the trading block or looking elsewhere for greener pastures. You could look at Luka and look at Kyrie, who's just another year older, and be like, that was their best shot at getting a title in Dallas. But what we're hearing is that there are sincere rumors that the Mavericks are very interested in drafting Bronny James. And all of the talk is that whoever ends up with Bronny James, LeBron James, his father, has the ability to opt out of his contract with the Los Angeles Lakers and join forces there. So we're going to look at the two biggest rumors of who will end up drafting Bronny, and then why LeBron James might choose to go there and finish his career chasing a ring with his son, because that is, as a dad myself, there's nothing better than just the ability to do what you love with your kid. And I think wherever Bronny James ends up, LeBron will follow him, and that brings with it the best player in the history of the NBA. And so what you're hearing here is that the Dallas Mavericks would be incredibly interested in him, not just because his dad is probably a package deal, but if you look at the way Dallas needed ball handlers, I think part of the way that teams were able to tire out the Dallas Mavericks was the pressure that they were putting on them. And Luka Dončić, cannot handle the ball the entire game, and so him and Kyrie getting older, they need a handler of the ball, and could Bronny James provide that help? But I think mostly they would want him in order to lure his father in, and looking at that, there are a lot of things that are very, very enticing about going to Dallas. So obviously they have done it in the past. They won it with Dirk. They beat him. How cool would it be for him to go get a title with another team? I wonder how all of the stuff with the coaching search and the fact that coaches were not climbing over top of him or climbing over top of themselves to go coach him. Does he feel slighted with how the Bust family handled the coach search and missing out on getting, their first shot at it by giving him, the sixth largest pay? Hurley was offered the sixth most pay in the NBA. And really, he was saying if they'd offered me Lakers type money, I would have gone there. So does LeBron James say, like, hey, if you think that I'm good, you'd pay any coach to come here? And so does he feel that? Does he just see that what can the Lakers do to truly get past the Denver Nuggets, that there is very little that they can do because of their cap situation to bring in another star? And so he knows running it back with the Lakers is not that great of an option. So going to a team that just made the Western Conference Finals and made the NBA Finals, you can just see where he would be a massive, massive upgrade. And so if all of a sudden you are swapping LeBron James out for Derrick Jones Jr., that is a crazy massive upgrade for the Dallas Mavericks, to see that he averaged 30 minutes a game and about 9 points a game in his time at Dallas, where you look at LeBron James, you got to scroll all the way down, that even here pushing 40 years old, LeBron James is still averaging 40 minutes a game in his playoff runs with almost 30 points and, dang close to averaging a triple-double. And watching the Denver Nuggets play him multiple series in a row, it was clear that he still had it. The Lakers had nothing else and didn't have an answer for Jokic. So I think he sees the writing on the wall, says, hey, if I want to win another championship, it is not going to be here with the Los Angeles Lakers. It's got to be somewhere else. And so going to whoever drafts his son would be very interesting. Now, if you take a look at the other big rumor of who might indeed draft LeBron James, it is coming, and I'm aggregating from Bill Simmons. I love Simmons and Russillo when it comes to NBA coverage. There's no one who covers the NBA better. Simmons is a huge Celtics homer, but even without that, he's able to really just predict things that do come true. And what he's saying is that it is going to be very, very encouraged that whoever gets Bronny James will get LeBron as a thing. So he's saying, I think there's no way Bronny falls out of the first round. It's going to be encouraged to pick Bronny James early because whoever gets him, this other thing will happen. So that's as far as Simmons goes, but essentially he's saying whoever drafts Bronny James is getting his father in return. So Bronny turned down workouts for every other NBA team except for two of them. He worked out. He said no to every other team except for two teams, and that was the Los Angeles Lakers and the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns' new owner is Matt Ishbia, who I'm not crazy about, and Ishbia is represented by Clutch Sports, who also represents Bronny James, and his dad, LeBron James. And so the other big horse leader in the race is that you could see the Phoenix Suns drafting Bronny to lure LeBron James there. And if you look at the Phoenix Suns roster and you're all of a sudden trotting out Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and LeBron James, like incredible squad. You're talking about older dudes, but that squad is deep. And so that would be very, very interesting to see what happens. So let me know in the comments, where do you think Bronny James ends up getting drafted next year? And how many more years in the tank do you think his dad, LeBron James, has? And do you think it's most likely that LeBron continues his contract or opts out? I think you go to Dallas and you're talking about getting rid of, you don't have to pay state income tax, although you look at LeBron James's lifestyle and he's doing movies and the barbershop show and all that stuff. His lifestyle is very California centric. So you could see him not wanting to leave that. But at the same time, you go to a place where your net worth just goes up because you're not paying income tax on your state taxes. That's legit. And you're going with Dončić. You're going with a rim running big. You just think of like, what would Lively and LeBron James look like with Luka? And it would be a lot of your turn, my turn kind of offense. But I could see that definitely hitting. And I'm a massive, massive Denver Nuggets fan. And I'm telling you that LeBron James on the Dallas Mavericks would scare me a lot more than LeBron James with the Phoenix Suns. I think Kevin Durant and Booker and Bradley Beal and LeBron James, that's just a lot. There's only one ball in the game of basketball, and that's a lot of mouths who want to eat. So it's going to be a very, very interesting offseason for sure. And looking at NBA mock drafts, The Ringer does a fantastic job. They have Bronny James falling out of the first round and not being drafted until pick 55, which is in the second round by the Lakers. And I think that would definitely entice LeBron to stay, get into play next to his son in the city where they live. And obviously Bronny just coming from USC. So it's going to be crazy to see that wherever Bronny James goes, I think LeBron James is sure to follow suit. But keep tuned in to the Daily Huddle because wherever he goes, you will not miss a single beat here. Peace out.